Appreciate you guys following. That's really helpful. So I got a lot of questions in my support desk actually about how to set up WordPress and kind of that process. So I thought we would just kind of go through that process a little bit. And thanks everyone for following. I really appreciate that. That's super cool. Yeah, the commercials kind of suck. I think you need like a turbo account, I think it's called, or whatever for the commercials. But yeah, I don't think they happen that often. So I don't know. It's just something I guess we'll deal with. It'd be kind of cool to make like a custom platform like this just for internet marketing. That'd be kind of a cool idea. Maybe look into doing something like that. I don't know. But anyways, did I talk to RA at all in this? I'm not quite sure what you mean. RA, what? Not understanding that question. If you could reword it for me. Oh, you down to talk, RA? What do you mean by RA? Oh, retail arbitrage. Yeah, we could talk about retail arbitrage, sure. Yeah, just let me know what questions you guys have. I'm going to kind of go through setting up a WordPress install because that was a question I got a lot. And then if you guys want to throw other questions in the chat box, related to whatever, we can just kind of knock them out. But the reason why I wanted to go through this WordPress thing is because so many people are getting confused on how to install it. Because you can use like this Fantastico Deluxe or Softaculous app installer inside of your cPanel. But some people don't have this inside of their cPanel, so I was just going to kind of break it down like the manual way to do it, which is, it's not that hard actually. So I figured we'd just kind of break that down. Basically what I do is I just Google WordPress, do WordPress download. And yeah, cool. We can definitely answer those advanced questions if I know the answers to them, but I should. I do a lot of stuff with WordPress. Okay, WordPress download, and can just go download WordPress. Oh, hey Blaine, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. All right, yeah, I got links turned off in here right now. But if you want to shoot me an email to the support desk, that's cool. I appreciate that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and download WordPress here. You just download like the regular zip file, and then they have a guide here actually. I use this famous 5-minute installation. I'll zoom in on it so you guys can see it better. But it's pretty easy. So basically what you need to do is this recorded. I think it should stay up on Twitch, but it's not like our typical webinar where there's going to be like replays or whatever. So it's just kind of a new platform I'm trying out. I'm thinking if you guys like this kind of thing, we'll just kind of maybe schedule times during the week to do this more often, just a new way to interact. I'm active on YouTube and stuff a lot. But I feel this is like more informal than like GoToWebinar and setting up a webinar. So this is just a live stream broadcast. We're just here. Okay, cool. Yeah. So we can upload it to YouTube later then. Yeah, that works. Awesome. Yeah, Ash has got some experience. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right. Yeah. Yep, definitely more of a real interaction type thing. So I don't know. I think it's kind of cool though. I think our internet marketing space lacks that kind of interaction. So I don't know. It's just something that I wanted to bring, to our industry and see how it goes. But yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and set this up. Yeah, thanks a lot for popping in. Appreciate it. Cool, yeah. No buffer on your end? That depends on your internet connection. There could be buffer if you have a bad internet connection, but we're not doing anything like crazy, so I don't think there should be too much buffering going on. All right, so the process is we need to set up a MySQL database if you're going to install WordPress manually. So basically that works like this. We go to, I think it's PHP admin. It might be MySQL databases. Let's see. Okay, yeah, MySQL databases is where you want to go in your cPanel account. And I'll zoom in so you can see this. So you're going to create a new database. You call it whatever, like you call it WP for WordPress, and then you're going to create that database. So what I like to do, let me open up a new notepad so that you can see this here. All right, cool. So what I like to do is I like to have a notepad open, and I like to store all this information in the notepad for now. So let's put database. All right, so we've got that locked down. Now we need to create a username and a password. And guys, I appreciate you answering questions for me in the chat box too. Like if you guys know the answer to a question someone's asking, that's super helpful to answer it for me. That way I don't have to stop what I'm doing. So perfect. That's great. And by the way, guys, if you can hit that follow button on here, that would be cool too, which will notify you whenever I'm live. I think it should notify you that. So for the next time, it'll just kind of like pop up in your email box for you. And the ads, I think you have to pay $5 on the Go Turbo thing to turn the ads off. But you know, maybe if we decide to do this often, if you guys like this kind of thing, then maybe that'll be worth doing. But otherwise, maybe just deal with the ads. I don't think they play that often. I think they only play like once when you start, but I might be wrong about that. So once you create your database, you need to create a username for your database. So you're going to come down here to MySQL users, and we're going to create a new user for that database. So, and I'll just call this example. Okay, so it's this prefix first, and then example. And then I just normally use this password generator. So there it is. Copy that. I've copied this in a safe place. We're going to hit use password. So what I do now is I put password. All right, and then we hit create user. So that's pretty easy. Make sure you note down your username too. And let me make this stuff all bigger so we can see it. That's a little too big. All right, there we go. So we've got our database created, we've got our username created, we got our password created. Let's go back and assign a user to the database. So what we need to do for that is select our user, which is the one we just created, select the database, which is the one we just created, and hit add. And we're going to want to give them all privileges. And then make changes. All right, cool. So that part of it is done. So we can just go back to the instructions here. So it says unzip it if you haven't already, create a database. We've done that part already. Upload the files to your desired location on your web server. So looks like that's the next thing that we need to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop open FileZilla, which is just, this is my preferred FTP uploader. So I got to pop in and find my password though for the account because I don't actually remember it. And then I'll stop in a minute and take a look at the chat box. So let me just find this password here. So this information, if you don't already know, is provided to you by your web host. So you'll just go ahead and connect to it. All right, I did something wrong. Probably didn't put in my right password. So let me just figure out what I did wrong here. take a look at the chat box too. What FTP file do I recommend? I use FileZilla, is my preferred one. But there's other ones out there. That's just what I like to use. I'm just trying to figure out my password information here. That becomes the biggest struggle once you start to scale and have a lot of websites, is managing all these dang passwords and stuff. All right, there we go. So what you want to do is you want to navigate to the public HTML folder. And then what you can do is, if you want WordPress to be like on the main part of the site, like the very first homepage that they hit, like in my case, this is pauljamesaffiliates.com. If I want it to be right there, pauljamesaffiliates.com, I would just drag the files right here. But in my case, for this example, I don't want it to be at the root directory. I want to create a subdirectory, or a subdirectory where people will go to in order to hit the WordPress site. So I'm going to have that be pauljamesaffiliates.com / we'll do Twitch, since this is a Twitch live stream. So I'm going to create a new directory, but you guys wouldn't have to create a new directory if you were just going to throw this in your regular site. So we'll just call this new directory Twitch, hit OK, and there's a new folder there. I'm going to open that up. And now I need to unzip that file that I got from WordPress. So that's this one right here. So these are the WordPress files that I downloaded off of their website, right? So let's just see here. Let's review the installation instructions to make sure I'm doing this right. So download and unzip the WordPress pack. We've done that. We've created the database. We didn't rename the file. That says optional though, so maybe we won't do that. Upload it, and then we can run it. Oh, okay. So we didn't even need to do that. So I'm just going to upload the files right now to the directory and see what happens. So this could take a minute. So while we wait for that to upload, we'll go through the chat box. All right, cool. So any questions so far, guys? See, we got people asking about FileZilla. That's cool. A lot of you guys are already answering the questions, so that's cool. Also, don't forget to follow me. That would be awesome. There's a little purple button on the left-hand screen. Is there a communication channel to ask questions about affiliate products you're recommending in emails? If I'm recommending them in emails, you can just reply to the email, Greg, and that will come straight to my support desk. Otherwise, you can visit my support desk, which is iampauljames.zendesk.com. And then you can, okay, well that's the wrong end of my support desk. Let's see here. Right here, you can answer, or not answer, you can submit a support ticket by hitting here, submit a request. So you can do that if you want as well. How often should we back up WordPress? I mean, that's up to you. What I do is I reach out to my web host and I pay them extra to back up all of my sites automatically for me. So that's what I would recommend that you do. Did I check that product out that I sent the email out yesterday? I did check it out. I didn't get a chance to use it yet, but I checked it out. I really like it. I did get quite a few responses from other customers who tried it out. At least a few people who said that it was working out pretty well for them. So that's great feedback. I'll send out an email about that soon too, letting you guys know, showing some of that feedback. But that's in my support desk. I'll have to go through and look at that. Shopify versus WP. Well, Shopify is an e-commerce platform. So if you're strictly doing e-commerce, in my opinion, Shopify is the way to go. Especially because they handle payment processing for you as well. I mean, some people will pay through PayPal, but I would say 50% of them maybe pay through Shopify. 30 cents for qualified leads sound way too low to be true. Some of the leads that I heard, from what I heard from the support ticket, some of the leads weren't real great quality leads, and then some were. So, I guess you get what you pay for. Some of them are great, some of them are not so great. But still, I mean, take what you can get. If you can get some leads off of it, then that's great. From what I was talking, how I was talking to someone, they were doing, I think, the attorney niche, and what they were doing is they were kind of playing the middleman, and they were checking the lead quality first before handing it off to the attorney. So might be some extra work involved with it, but still, I mean, it might be worth the extra work. Would this work in Canada? So from what I heard from someone else as well, is that it will not work anywhere other than the United States. So that's another downfall of it. But for those of you guys who are in the United States like I am, then, you know, that's great. Yeah, Greg, absolutely. I agree. And by the way, we're just waiting on this WordPress file to upload completely to the server. Zeno says, thanks for VidSnap. Yeah, I wanted to talk to you guys about VidSnap too, because a lot of you guys were wondering how to hyperlink the image in an email. So I was going to demonstrate that too if we get a chance. So yeah, thanks for bringing it up. I'm glad you guys enjoy it. A really cool tool. I mean, I've been using it to get insane click-through rates. So it's a really, really nifty tool for sure. It at least doubles my click-through rates when I do it. Sometimes 3 times it. Cool, yeah, no problem, guys. All right, we got 85 files left to go. So what do you guys think about this Twitch platform? Is it kind of cool? Kind of a new way to interact, right? Pros and cons. Cool, I appreciate that. Thanks a lot. 3 and 4. I also think the claim of strangers eagerly paying 1K up front with no website on the strength of one email is super exaggerated. Yeah, potentially. Awesome. Okay, lots of people saying love it. Very, very cool. Liking it so far. Awesome. What's the maximum amount of people you can have on a broadcast? I don't know. We'll see if we get Twitch's attention and they kick us off or something. But I've seen thousands of people on Twitch's broadcast, so I think that it doesn't matter, but I don't know, we'll see. I imagine that if we get enough people on here, that Twitch will probably reach out to me and either tell me that they don't like what I'm doing or they like it and I can continue doing it, because Twitch was originally meant for gaming, and then the reason why I thought to do this on here is because they opened up this new category called creative, which is for doing like creative things like web design and stuff like that. But I mean, this is as long as I stay talking about things that are relative to creative, like, you know, web design and SEO and stuff. I mean, I would think that would be okay, that falls under creative, but I don't know, I guess that's just my opinion. All right, so now we're gonna go to that URL. Let's see. Oh, I forgot. It was Twitch. And we're going to go through the setup. So let's hop to it. So the database name, this is where that's all going to come in handy. And by the way, I just visited that new subdirectory that I went to. So we're going to put in the database name. We're going to put in the username that we created in there, the password. And then that part that says localhost and the table prefix, I normally always just leave that set as is. So it's really just these top 3 fields that you're entering. All right, error. We got some kind of error. I don't know what happened. Maybe I wrote down the password wrong or something. Let's try it again. Okay. Not a big deal. We can fix that. So let's see what happened. I'm not really sure what happened, but I'm gonna create a new username just in case someone watching like goes and messes with the database or whatever. Let me create a new one just in case. I don't think you guys can even see the password on the notepad. Well, a little bit you can. Some of it's covered up. Doesn't really matter though. I'm not really worried about it. I don't use this domain or anything, but you never know. Sometimes people do malicious things for some reason. So I'm just going to create a new database, exactly like I showed you guys how to do before. I mean, I can actually show you some of that part if you want to see. So let's just create a new database, and then let me write that down. All right, and then we're going to create a new user. So I'm going to create this user off to the side. Almost done. And then I'm going to assign that user, which I already showed you this in the first part. But I'm going to assign that user to the new database. And I'm going to give them all privileges so that they can basically do whatever they want. And then I'm going to enter that stuff into the WordPress thing. And I hit next. So I entered in that database information all over again. I must have wrote down the wrong password or something. Not sure why it didn't work, but now I'm going to run the install. All right, so this is what you guys are used to seeing. Well, probably somewhat used to seeing in Softaculous, where you put your site title. So I'll just put Paul James site, make up my username. Don't use admin. People used to use admin as a default. I used to, but that makes it easy to hack. I'll just do Paul James. That's probably easy to hack too, but whatever. And then your email. And you can make up some random password. I better write this down. I'm going to move this off to the side too and write it down so that I don't forget. All right, and then I hit install WordPress, and that brought me to the next slide. All right, I'm going to look at the chat box quick again before we keep going. I see a lot of stuff coming in. I know you guys are kind of bouncing questions off of each other too, which is really cool. All right, Paul, do you pay for Twitch? I do not pay for Twitch. It's free, so that's why I'm not really sure how this is going to work out. But if it does work out, then that would be awesome. I know that as users, you guys can pay $5, I think it is, to turn those ads off. But I really don't think that the ads are that big of a deal. I think they only show up at the beginning, but I could be wrong. All right, let's see. Are you able to record a Twitch and upload it to YouTube as a video? Yeah, I think you are. Okay, some people aren't getting ads. Well, that's great. I'm glad to hear it, because when I watch, I get ads, so. The Art of Honest Deception, that was the subject line. Yeah, that was the subject line once you sign up for VidSnap. What everyone's referring to is VidSnap.io, which is my tool to create blinking play buttons. So I'll show you that next. We'll go over that. All right, so let's finish up this WordPress install and log in now. So that's how you install WordPress manually. We're literally all set up. That's all there is to it. We can log in now, and WordPress is installed. We've got this fully functional site here. I'm gonna get rid of this stuff. So what do you guys think? Anyone here who that was helpful for? No, a lot of you guys might know that already, but that's a way better way to install it than Softaculous. I know it's not the easiest way, but it's the safest way, because when you use installers like Softaculous and Fantastico Deluxe, that actually creates a footprint of some sort for hackers to use to get into your sites. So if you do it manually like this, which it really isn't that big of a deal, you download the WordPress installation, you unzip it, you upload it to your FTP server, and then you go into cPanel and create a MySQL database. So, yeah. All right. If you become partnered, need consistent viewership, if we subscribe to you $5 a month, it removes ads plus allows you to generate income. I believe it's $2.50 or $3 for every subscriber. Varies. And we subscribe to you. Cool. Well, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, if this is something that works out and you guys like this kind of thing, maybe we can reach out to Twitch and see what we can do and maybe set up some kind of like schedule thing where we do this like, you know, a couple times a week or once a week or something like that. But I was just doing it just for something new, as a new way to interact with you guys. But we'll see where it goes. I mean, there might be alternatives too. I'm not really sure. But yeah, okay, cool. Any other questions about that WordPress install? All right, and don't forget to follow, guys. I know I'm saying a lot, but I know we got new people hopping in here. Looks like we got almost 50 people watching, so welcome aboard. If you guys are new here and haven't hopped in, you do need to register for a Twitch account to ask questions, and it's a good idea to hit that follow button. Should be on the lower, I think, left. Wait, this way, left of your screen. My right, your left. All right, cool. Vid just froze. Is the vid frozen for anyone else? Are you guys seeing okay? Let me know in the chat box. All right. So hopefully it's good. I don't know. Let me know if it's not working for you guys. I can always stop it. Oh yeah, reload the browser. That's pretty nuts. $2,000 a day from donations. That's insane. All right, cool. Yeah, it's a pretty neat site. It was really complicated to get this set up. Thanks for following. Appreciate that. It was really complicated to get the whole frame around me and stuff set up, and to get, like, I set up all these cool little things. Like I can take my cam off if I want. I can put just the cam thing on. That kind of stuff took like a while to learn how to set up. You have to use a separate software. You have to integrate with their like stream key. So for like someone who's like a beginner and not very technical, probably not a good option. But I took a couple days and just really mastered it before like sending everyone here. But yeah, plus I game, so I've been playing a lot of Black Ops 3 lately. So that you know, obviously that's kind of how I heard of it. Yeah, guitar player. I play guitar too as well. I got my guitar sitting right here actually. I play guitar, I play drums, I play keyboard, I sing. So yeah, awesome. Just got a video ad over the top of your presentation when I sign up for an account. Yeah, you probably will get that probably at least once, but my screen just started turning yellow here. Let me disable this. If any of you guys use a software called Flux, it's kind of cool. As the time of day changes, the screen starts dimming on you so that your eyes adjust to it. It's pretty cool. Do Twitches rank? I don't know. I've never messed around with it at all, with the ranking side of things, so I'm not sure. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I imagine they must. I think they do, because I mean, think about it. If you search like a specific username of one of the popular streamers, I bet that it would show up. So awesome. Thanks, Greg. Yeah, definitely. I appreciate that. Cool. So after you've got your WordPress stuff set up, I mean, from here it's pretty straightforward. You can do whatever you want. I may bounce back to this, but I did want to cover some of the VidSnap stuff, because I know some of you guys were wondering how you would go about hyperlinking this. That was another question that I got often, was how I hyperlink the video. So if you guys want, sign up for an account, and then the way you use this is you just log into your account, find a YouTube video. So let me go find one. I'll go grab one from my channel. You guys should subscribe to my YouTube channel too if you haven't already. That's something I'm actively working on growing as well. I've been putting videos on there about once a week. So yeah, pretty much once a week, which is kind of cool. But here's how it works. And I made a video about this on my channel if you guys want to go check that video out later. But what you do is you grab the URL to your YouTube video, and you need to make sure that it's the main URL. Like, you don't want to grab the shortened URL version, because that won't work properly with the software. So grab the full URL, and then you want to make sure your video is set to public. And then you'll come here and paste it in and hit generate. And what it's going to do, it takes a couple seconds, but what it's going to do is it's going to generate, using the thumbnail on YouTube, it's going to generate these little blinking play buttons. And you guys may have seen that from my email. Anyone here, I'm just curious, anyone here not on my email list? Is anyone here just popping in from Twitch? Let me know in the chat box if you are. I would be surprised, but that would be kind of cool. Kind of a cool way to reach a new audience. I was wondering about where to put URLs in the YouTube descriptions. Well, you can put URLs anywhere in your descriptions, like I put one here, but you're probably not going to get any link juice from that. The best thing would be to do is to create a separate Google Plus page and separate YouTube channel. Cool. Okay. Let's see. You could maybe turn a Twitch into a Google Hangout. They rank like gangbusters. Yeah, maybe. Oh, hey, what's up, Engage Design? Just found the stream on Twitch. Awesome. Cool. Glad to know there's people popping in here, so I appreciate that. If you guys aren't on my list, you could sign up at pauljames.com. I send out email notifications about stuff like this all the time and give cool stuff away. But anyways, that's what VidSnap does. And the point of it is that it increases your click-through rates on your email. So or on your website even. So I could take one of these fancy little images and save image as, which is going to save it to my computer. And then I could pop into, let's just start with the website, since we're on WordPress. So we're going to come to pages. I'm going to add a new page on WordPress here. And I'll just say example about VidSnap. And we'll add media. I'm going to drag that file in here that I just downloaded from VidSnap. And then I can hyperlink it. So we can do link to custom URL. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I want to hyperlink it to the actual video, but it's totally up to you wherever you want it to go. And I'll align it to the center. And I'm going to do full size and insert it into the page. And we'll publish that. So it basically just increases your click-through rates on not only your emails, but also if you want to put it on a website. So a lot of affiliate marketers will use this tactic to boost their stuff. And when I did a lot of CPA offers and stuff like that, I would do stuff like this. I wish Facebook allowed stuff like that, because if it did, that would be amazing. Can you imagine the kinds of conversions you could get off of Facebook ads if you could throw these blinking play buttons in there? So that's how you hyperlink it on a website. And that's kind of what the VidSnap tool does. Let me show you how you would do it in an email. So I'm going to pull open another screen here. All right, so I've got one of my email autoresponders open. This is a new one I'm using. It's called ConvertKit. It's the one I've been using most often. If you're getting emails from me, this is probably where they're coming from. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. 3 and 4. Really appreciate that. So ConvertKit is cool because it allows you to do a lot of cool things with tagging. So for example, if you sign up to my list through let's say an Amazon product that you bought, maybe you bought my Amazon product, and you got put on my list, it'll tag you with an interest that says interested in Amazon. So I know to send you relative emails to Amazon. So if I'm selling another Amazon product, I would only send that to people who are interested in Amazon. There would be no point in me sending it to people who were interested in SEO, right? Because people who are interested in SEO might not buy a product on Amazon. Then they might. I mean, they could potentially, but I'm just saying it gives you more options to segment. So that's just why I do it. I'll put it in the chat box, Will. It's vidsnap.io. It's just a free software that I had my programming team develop, actually. It's because we were using it in our emails. But let's just do this. Example, subject, and let's say this is just a quick example of how to hyperlink your VidSnap thumbnails. So then you could insert your thumbnail here. Again, you would run it through the generator and then right click it and save the image. Save image as. It'll download. So mine's right here. And then you would just insert the image. I gotta find on my computer. Not a lot of files. Alright, there it is. So let's see here. Alright, there's the image. And then to hyperlink it, now every autoresponder is different, but usually you either highlight the image and just hit like this link button, or some autoresponders like ConvertKit, you can just click on it and a little edit button will pop up and you can put your link here. So like link it to the video. And then for the title, if they give you an option in your autoresponder to put in a title, I normally put this: enable images to see this. Because some email service providers and some users of those, they'll have their images turned off by default, so they will never see it. But if they see this that says enable images to see this, then they'll go and turn it on. So I don't know if you guys maybe noticed that before. But that's it. So now this is hyperlinked. So when I email this out to people, it'll look like, you know, that flashing thumbnail. And then when they click it, it'll take them to the video. Who did I use before ConvertKit? I've used pretty much everything under the sun, to be honest with you. I've used Aweber. That was like my main one before. I've used GetResponse. I've used MailChimp. I've used a variety of self-hosted stuff like Sendy, like ArpReach, some custom solutions with Amazon SES and Mandrill. Just a ton of different stuff. ActiveCampaign. I pretty much use ActiveCampaign, GetResponse, Aweber, and Infusionsoft and ConvertKit. Those are the main 5 I'm using right now. So I've got different portions of my list segmented throughout them. And I like them all for different reasons, to be honest. I mean, ConvertKit's probably one of my favorites, but it doesn't have quite the power of like Infusionsoft. Like it just doesn't have like that automation. Same with ActiveCampaign. Like there's just not as much behavioral stuff that you can do with it. I think that there's a really good team behind ConvertKit. So I think that eventually it'll have that stuff, but I'm trying to switch most of my stuff over to Infusionsoft for the power of the automation stuff. So I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with ConvertKit yet, but for the time being, it's pretty cool. Another thing I really like about ConvertKit too is that, like Aweber, if I have a duplicate subscriber, they'll count that as 2 subscribers. So if you sign up to my email list like 3 different times, let's say you bought 3 different products of mine and you're added on 3 separate lists, they'll charge me 3 different times for you being a subscriber, which I think is crap. That's really like not fair. Yeah, it ends up costing a lot of money. I end up paying, you know, a lot of money for my email list. What most people pay for a mortgage on a home, I end up paying for to host my email list. So it's not cool, and ConvertKit doesn't do stuff like that. They automatically, if you try and like re-add someone onto a list, it doesn't add them onto a list. It'll just add a new tag to them. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I missed the beginning of your presentation. Is there a replay? Well, there's going to be a spot on Twitch to watch this, and I'll probably also upload it to my YouTube channel. But we're all new here. Most of us are new here on Twitch. So, you know, it's going to be kind of an experiment. I'm not sure. It's not like your standard webinar on GoToWebinar where there's going to be a replay emailed out. So I probably won't email a replay out per se, but you'll probably be able to find it on my YouTube channel or on the Twitch channel after we're done. So, all right, how is MM2? How's Maps Mentor 2.0 going? Maps Mentor 2.0 is done. It's been done for a long time. How many of you guys here are in Maps Mentor 2.0? Anyone here in, or anyone here not in that wants to be in? Yeah, think of this as an experiment. Yeah, this is absolutely an experiment. And by the way, I'll say it again. If you haven't followed yet, you should join in on this little experiment and hit that purple follow button over on your left. I got to point right, but it's over on your left, like somewhere down over there, that direction. And that'll notify you every time we pull up another live stream. I'm in. I'd like to be in. Okay. So I'll walk you through it. Basically, there's a new dashboard that says I'm a 2.0 member. And everything is like broken down. For those of you who don't know what Maps Mentor is, I'll just show you real quick. If you go and type in plumber, Milwaukee, chances are, or plumber anything, chances are you're going to call one of these guys, right? Because that's what shows up. It's proven that people develop banner blindness to these AdWords ads, like these yellow ad things and these yellow ad things over here. People develop banner blindness. I know myself, when I heard that, it made perfect sense because I personally don't look at any of those ads. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys look at those AdWords ads, or do you typically just kind of scroll down and look at the search results? I mean, I know what I think, in my opinion, but that's just what I do, and I've noticed that from testing as well. And with the maps, it really increases your conversions. You could probably find it, but there was an article on Moz.com not that long ago, and it said that the maps listings get 40% of the clicks. So I thought that was pretty impressive to get 40% of the clicks. And a lot of people just will actually just go ahead and call right away. So that's basically what Maps is about. It's about getting your business or ranking other businesses here and getting paid for it. Did I get Project Supremacy? Yeah, actually, you should check out the YouTube channel. We did a full webinar with them guys. Because I was one of the first person that Herc and Todd did a webinar with. Not the first, but one of the first people. If you go to my YouTube channel, I'll put a link in the chat box. You guys should check this out. It's pretty cool. How to do schema markup in structured data. So it's a pretty good one. Couple hour webinar. So if you're looking for something to do and you're interested in structured data, you can check that out. But as far as Maps Mentor 2.0 goes, yeah, it's all done. I mean, you can check it out. There's a ton of content in here. I mean, we really dove into detail with backlinking 101 and stuff like that. I'll just scroll through them so you can see them. Most of the videos are bite-sized chunks. Like, you're not going to be overwhelmed with it. But some of the videos, like recreating a PBN from start to finish, that one's a little bit longer, like 30 minutes. And this one is an interview I did with Patrick Babakanian, who's the guy that I outsource my private blog networks to when I don't feel like doing them. So yeah, you can, there's a lot. We did a lot of success story interviews too. These ones are quite longer. From a streaming point of view, compared to GoToWebinar, Twitch sucks. Loads cannot watch for a minute straight. Man, sorry to hear that. Is anyone else lagging at all? If you are, I mean, I would think to reload. But most people say that Twitch is better as far as the streaming quality goes. So I don't know. Maybe it depends on your ISP. Yeah, I see some people saying that's weird, fine for me. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, other people saying no freeze. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just your internet service provider doesn't like Twitch or something. I don't know. Bandwidth. Yeah, could be a bandwidth problem. All right, cool. But yeah, I don't have Maps Mentor 2.0 open right now. I mean, it's done, but I normally only let people in for webinars if I do like a private webinar. I can give you guys a link, though. I don't have a sales page set up or anything, but I can give you a link to it if you want. Let me pull it up here. I gotta find it. I have a backdoor entrance in here that I use for my buy button, but I have everything else turned off right now. All right, that's the backdoor entrance. So you guys know what it is. So those of you who've been waiting, if you want to hop in or whatever, you can do that. But that's not why I was doing the live stream. But since you asked about it, All right, so that's how you hyperlink VidSnap videos. Thanks, Will. Appreciate that. So any other questions in regards to VidSnap? I know someone mentioned retail arbitrage. You guys have any questions about that? We've already been on for 50 minutes. That's pretty nuts. Yeah, the stream configuration quality on my end shows it's good. How do you change the page title on WP? By default, WP puts the domain name. Yeah, good question. So you come into these are, let's just go through the general settings. So come down to settings, come to general, and right here is your site title. So you'll want to put your site title there. This is your tagline. So maybe I'm going to do site title Paul James, and I'll put internet marketing expert. So those are the main settings in here that you'll want to edit and then save those changes. For permalinks, this is pretty important. You want to use the post name structure permalink. And the reason why is because this is more SEO friendly. So if you're trying to rank in Google, like on the first page for something, you'll want to use the post name structure. So you can go ahead and do that. So basically by default, it would put like the date and a bunch of numbers and then your post name, which it's not too awful for SEO, but it's way better if you do it this way. So come down to the permalink settings and do the post name structure. Save those changes. Let's see. The reading settings, you want to make sure this search engine visibility thing is turned off. So right now the box isn't checked, and that's what you want. If that box is checked, it'll basically signal to Google and the other search engines that you don't want to be displayed in the search results. So you want to make sure that that box is left unchecked. So yeah, that's how you do that. The pages are customized based on the permalink here. So whatever you type in here, that's what's going to show up. And whatever you type in here, that's what's going to show up. Is that what you're asking? Or do you mean this thing up here? Because if you're referring to this thing, that was the site title that I showed you before. Hopefully that's what you mean, but not 100% sure. Cool. Any other questions? If not, we'll go ahead and wrap up. I know we're almost at an hour. If you guys like this kind of thing, let me know in the chat box. I would love feedback on if you want me to do these more often. Maybe we could do some kind of set schedule or something like that. Seems like it went over pretty well, though. We didn't have too much issue. Send me a screenshot or something of what you're talking about to my support desk. IamPaulJames.zendesk.com, and then I can better answer your question. So just fill out this right here, and we can get that answered for you. But yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and shut this down then, and look forward to hopefully doing another one soon. If you want to write me a support ticket here on my support desk and let me know what you thought, that would be cool. And maybe we'll set up some kind of a schedule or something with this and do this more often. But that's it for now, guys. We'll catch you later. When following for the first time, be sure to toggle notifications on. Yeah, good point, Will. Or 3 and 4. Good point, 3 and 4. You're going to change your ISP for it. Awesome. Okay, cool. What mic am I using? I'm using the Blue Yeti. I've got it on a stand right here. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard to maneuver it in, but it's there. There it is. Yeah. The Blue Yeti. Pretty good mic. I like it. Let's see. Was there anything else that I missed out on? What do I use for video tracking? You mean for like analytics and stuff? I normally just use whatever's in YouTube because I normally upload all my videos to YouTube. Otherwise, if I'm going to self-host a video, I use Easy Video Suite, which tracks it as well. All right, cool, guys. Awesome. Singer mic. This is my Singer mic. It's the same mic Metallica used to record the Black Album. Well, one of them that I use. It's my SM. I think it's called an SM58 or SM7B. So pretty cool mic too. All right, guys. Peace out. The Blue Yeti's pretty good quality for music too. I think you could get away with it. But if you want to really step it up, the SM7B is pretty good. So I dig that one.